Okay, so contrary to popular belief of this guy, he's not Vihan is not playing Scape Shift. It's another deck with green stuff in it. It's Infect.
Yeah, as much as I hate being wrong, sometimes it's okay, especially when you get to see Infect in round 1. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
against Junt, one of its worst matchups.
Yeah, the boatload of removal. I don't think Vihan saw a land there, which is probably why he just stripped it back. I mean, Spell Pierce is pretty good.
Yeah. You can't see it because you can see us at the moment, but
Yeah, is
he had
that
a
our
Giant
face?
Arbor.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
There
he
you go.
had a Giant Arbor in his opening hand. Not exactly where you want to be against Junt. You want to fetch that so you can sack it to Lily.
Yeah. Both players down to 6, yeah.
I believe
What's he
Vihan
got?
won the
I
Dido.
mean, let's just have a quick
It looks like
look-see here.
another.
That's a
That's a Pendlehaven.
pretty Pendlehaven at that. Is that the... Yeah, he's all promoed out here, hey? That's quite a bit of foil in his hand.
Yep, it's a FNM Pendlehaven. Unfortunately, that's the reprinted art for the current Pendlehavens from Masters 25, releasing, I believe, next week or the week after.
Yeah. Promo into promo. Very
And for those who haven't purchased a box of Masters 25, you can purchase them at the Luck Shack for 3,600.
Get him. Gareth taking shock there. Probably gonna just hold that up to update life. If he has a removal spell, I think you should play it right away. Giving your opponent a chance to untap with protection is poor.
He's going to Inquisition
Inquisition
first.
of Kozilek.
He is probably not dead against a 6 land hand. I mean 6 card hand. And interesting that Vihan didn't lead with Noble Hierarch on turn 1. As he only
It
has...
puts through more damage. If he top decks a forest, he can punch for 3, which is where he wants to be. Look, 3 damage off of stuff that doesn't expire is very good. It's a consistent amount of pressure, so he just plays Forest, Hierarch, attacks in response to the trigger pump with the Pendlehaven. It's really strong, that kind of start.
At the same time, a lot of the time I do think it might be marginally better to start with Hierarch, just because Blighted Agent is the strongest card in the
I think
deck.
that's actually just what's going to happen here. He's going to be able to play the Hierarch.
Attacks with
let's
3
just get
straight
this
up and
feature
gutters.
match updated with some poison. Oopsie, not that one. Okay, so Vihan going down to 17 from the fetch and the shock.
He is more than likely going to take 3 points of poison this turn. He did top deck the fetch land, so Gareth knows his entire hand. Always a good position to be in when you're playing on the Jun side of things and you know your opponent's hand. Gareth does in fact have 2 removal spells in hand in the form of Abrupt Decay and Fatal Push.
What does Jun Charm do?
Stuff.
Probably blows up an enchantment to an artifact.
And then kills
I think it's got a instant speed pyroclasm as well. Yep, there's the 3 damage. Exactly what we thought. Gareth on 3 poison.
Top decks his second land.
Yeah.
I actually do think he has another land in hand. I'm not.
Jun Charm's pretty good here. Oh.
Starfire.
Making that Goyf a little bigger.
Fatal Push.
That's a little loose. I don't know how much we should actually be commenting on these people's plays, but surely keeping that for the
Blighted Agent.
Is
the
what
thing
you
is, he
want
does
to
have Abrupt Decay, and this plays around Spell Pierce. Oh wait, no. So his opponent only took 1 Infect last turn. His opponent did in fact play Blighted Agent.
Oh, he jammed the agent. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Odd.
And now Vihan's in pretty bad shape, actually.
No more creatures.
And Pendlehaven being left up doesn't mean anything because Pendlehaven can't pump Noble Hierarch. Gareth is explaining how Painseer works, a card not commonly seen in Modern.
Silent Visitor.
Silent Visitor, sorry.
So if your hand's empty, in either player's upkeep, if that player's hand is empty, the player who controls the Silent Visitor
will draw a card
gets
and
to lose life, draw a card.
And very close to having an empty hand for Gareth.
Vihan's also not too full there.
He's at 3. It's unlikely that will change much. And Vihan just realizing he can't actually use Pendelhaven to pump Noble Irock this turn, so there's no free attack.
Yeah, I'm also not too keen to swing into that Asylum Visitor, even though it trades up on mana and potentially cards.
Well, maybe now.
How good is Asylum Visitor? It attacks for 3. It's big. It's quite a bit of pressure. It's a 3/1 that bobs for potentially less life than Dark Confident would.
The one downside of playing a deck like Infect is when you no longer have any Infect creatures,
gas, yeah.
you kind of do nothing.
That is a Ripjaw Raptor.
Yes.
What a chunky boy.
I'm surprised it's actually in this game, quite frankly.
Passes the turn. Playing a game at Drogo here.
Fatal push on the Noble
High Rock.
This has many upsides for... Okay, wait, we're doling back.
He saves the High Rock with Vines of Vastwood. I think that's kind of what Gareth wants here. That's a BBE. But he's stuck on 3 lands. Vihan, on the other hand, pretty much an estate agent at this point.
He kind of just needs to draw into an Infect creature. I mean, now we can alternatively fetch.
Yeah, he's got the one shot in hand. He just needs to have... he can definitely play the Become Immense and a pump spell if he just finds an Infect creature. It's strange that he's not
fighting
cracking those fetch lands.
The thing is, he can fetch and find Dryad Arbor at instant speed for a creature if he needs to. Lily of the Veil is going to start ticking up, I think. Okay, no. First an attack for 3. So the issue with this attack for 3 is Vihan could actually have lethal with normal damage.
Is Gareth on 18? Is that correct?
Yes, he's exactly on 18.
I think he's pretty safe at this point. I mean, Dryad Arbor...
Except...
Jump!
Oh, okay. I take that back. He was not going for the I'm going to kill you play, it seems. 18
is a bit high, even with Become Immense.
He has Become Immense, double Mutagenic Growth, Might of Volt Closer.
It's not quite 18.
If he draws a pump spell, it's
6,
exactly lethal.
7, 8, 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17 if the Noble High Rock gets stuck, actually.
And plus Pendelhaven would have been 18.
Up she goes. Ooh. I get rid of the Mutagenic Growth here. The least impactful at this point. He's got plenty of mana to work with. Yeah, that seems fine. Gareth is not interested in playing that Ripjaw Raptor.
Like, the Ripjaw Raptor, I don't know if it's that good of an addition. It's definitely cute in terms of what it does.
Yeah, it's slightly above curve. Very, very good stats.
The thing is, it's just a Tarmogoyf fit for
but in terms of modern, you can get a 4/5 for less. It attacks quite well. It dodges a lot of the more popular removal in the format at the moment. And if somebody does find a way to deal it 5 points of damage, at least you draw a card as well. Hey, Lily really doing work there.
Discards a Rancor. And like that Rancor was just doing nothing. Gareth just needs to find a land. And then the game's his at this point. Plussing Lily again, discarding
I think he's going to discard Liliana here.
And now we wait till either player finds
a my! But it doesn't help because there's a minus on Lily. Yeah, he's thinking about this.
So, I do believe Vihan only has 1 Dryad Arbor.
Yeah. I'm shocked. Well, Gareth finds some pressure.
And his opponent is just gonna...
Okay, he's done here. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, never an easy matchup if you're on Infect side of the table.
Yeah, I think your best way through is to find, like I said, that the start he had was very good. If I feel like he should have played the Noble Hierarch and just started applying pressure, because it's basically a 3-turn clock, because you will find a pump spell at some point when all you need is to protect that creature once or twice.
Yeah.
So you want the onboard recursive damage, things like Cathedral of War, Pendelhaven, Noble Hierarch, those, even Rancor, you put it down and it keeps giving you the pump. Is ideal against this deck because you can't afford to get 2-for-1 with
Every
your
single
removal spell.
time.
Yeah.
And
Let's just have a look at these deck lists.
on Gareth's side, I did see him side in Lily, the Last Hope.
Which is damn good against this deck, actually.
Yeah.
Oops.
While in Port Elizabeth, I did in fact play against Modu, and my opponent sided in Lily Last Hope against me when I was playing Infect.
Oh, unbeatable
Yeah,
once it
easy
sticks.
to say, I did not win that match.
Ah, man. Let's see what we have going on here. Just have a peek at some of the stranger options he's got. What the hell are you doing here, Riptor Raptor? It's
Tarmogoyf.
huge. Yeah, but it's more expensive Tarmogoyf with a bit more text.
My issue with that is, why wouldn't you play, not to like go on about Gareth's options, he clearly has a reason for playing it, but in my opinion, why wouldn't you just play Tasigur, since you no longer have Bob to deal you 6 damage when you flip it?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
it's an instant
Charm.
speed Pyroclasm, and it's an exile the graveyard, or it pumps one of your creatures. So I got the Pyroclasm part right. Pretty good, actually. The exiling graveyard is not irrelevant. The pump is probably the least amazing part, but it lets your Goyfs punch through theirs, which is pretty cool. And he's got Tarfires to make the Tarmogoyf a little bit bigger. Strange to see it without any baubles, because usually if they're on that plan, then they want to make it as big as possible.
The thing is with Bauble, it's a very good card if you're playing it alongside something like Traverse the Overworld. In a traditional Jund deck, you don't actually need it. The Tarfire is just a bolt.
Yeah, it kills a creature. It's pretty good. A little bit of reach too. I believe it goes to the face.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty much stock list on Vihan's side. Not too often that I see the Distortion Strikes, but it is a good card as a 1 and 2 off.
Yeah, I've actually recently switched away from Distortion Strike to Rancor.
Yeah, but Rancor is just, I love it.
No deal interesting.
Looks like these guys are just about ready to start though, so
yeah,
maybe we should just have a look at what's happening.
Interesting to see Vihan actually does have Spellskite main board.
Which is a good way to fight Jund.
It's a bit of a blast from the past. Splinter Twin meta. Can't say you don't remember that. I remembered it perfectly.
I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Spellskite didn't matter when I played against Infect, unfortunately. Philip just killed me turn 2.
Yeah, it can happen. Where you're just like, oh, got it. That's the cool thing about Infect. Sometimes you look at your hand and you go, oh wait, that's a 10, 11 points of damage. Oh, you should die now. Yeah, okay. You're dead.
Gitaxian Probe. Pretty unfair card.
Alright, no Git probes anymore. Vihan down to 6, sees a land, become immense, mutagenic growth. Inkmoth Nexus.
2 lands.
Possibly one of the better things to draw against Jund here. Inkmoth Nexus is nice. It forces them to interact with you on your turn when you have mana up. Possibly a protection spell in hand.
Unfortunately for Vihan, Gareth's hand looks
Stacked, yeah.
with removal spells. And he just stopped taking a Bloodblade Elf on top of that. So it's gonna be like land pass, Fatal Push your first red. There's Calling's Command as well, another black card I didn't quite catch.
A way to deal with Spellskite.
Yeah. Kill the Spellskite, kill your creature.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. Oh, match slip. Thanks, Gerard.
And Vihan going down to 19.
I think both of these guys have taken a little bit of damage.
It's a Blooming Marsh on
sure.
Gareth's side of the field.
Hey, John's got more fast lands now.
So going into this tournament, Don, did you expect Judd to be the most played deck here?
Yep. I mean, if you want to just look at the data available on MTG Portal, it's essentially the most played cards. It's the Jund deck. Like there's a lot of Jund around. It's just a great deck, and like in an uncertain metagame, it's a safe bet. It's right in the middle. Like there's nothing wrong with any of the cards you play. It's not an unfair deck. It's not.
Sorry to cut you short there, but it seems Vihan doesn't actually have Inkmoth. He's
I wonder what I saw. The color's a bit poor. Maybe it was one of the fetch lands that I peeked at.
And now this Colligan's commands it auto 2-for-1.
Oh, it's gonna be painful. It's gonna be really painful.
And that Goif's just gonna grow exponentially at this point.
Goif is a 1/2 at the moment.
It's definitely going to be at least 3 power.
Okay, so we put creature, and I mean Vihan is not discarding another creature. That would be irresponsible of him.
He could discard like Spellsky.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he's not gonna discard another creature just for the sake of keeping the Tarmogoyf small. Although he could discard a Spellsky, but that still makes the Tarmogoyf bigger.
Yeah. Okay, Lily.
Yeah, ouch.
That's even worse than the line.
In for 2. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Vihan's in great shape here.
And Gareth going down to 17 as well.
Gareth took a point of pain and shock as well.
Vihan, not looking too great for him here. One land, never a good thing for Infect. You do need to have.
Oh, it's a groundswell at the back of his hand.
And his
you got a mulligan a lot with this deck.
His opponent probably does not care too much about Noble Hierarch.
Yeah. Oh, the interaction is real.
Costs Asylum Visitor. Fatal Push the Hierarch.
Yeah, okay. Now that is interesting actually, because Lily makes your Asylum Visitor turn on real quick.
And now,
yeah, now the beats are happening
for 3.
14. And it's 6 next turn.
He does top take a land.
And then there's a call, and it's an Inkmoth Nexus. Can he find the damage? Does he have the burst? The damage is in his hand. He does have it.
He just needs to top take another land.
Is that a Viridian Corruptor in the middle?
Yes, it is a Corruptor. You always want to side in more threats, I believe, post board.
Spellskites.
And Gareth already has an answer to Spellskite. Does not even need to minus Lily. Literally pluses up, discards another Asylum Visitor. Plays the Asylum Visitor.
This is filthy. This is so dirty.
Who needs Bob when you get to put 3 ones into play?
Oh, yeah,
for plussing up your Lily.
Building your own card advantage with Liliana.
Kids at home, do be aware that you probably should play Bob if you're playing.
Yeah, do not try this at home. Should put that WWE message in here. These are trained professionals. Real risks.
I think you just pop the Spellskite. Deal your... Okay. Pop the Spellskite, make your opponent discard, or pop your Spellskite, deal your opponent 2 done. What is your line?
How many cards does Vihan have?
4.
I think he's down to 3 at the moment.
No, I think he's at 4. He was at 5, because I think he missed a couple of turns.
Sure. Anything. He played a Spellskite and Lily plussed.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he's probably down to 3.
It's still risky, but so if he draws a land, it could potentially be lethal with the Inkmoth Nexus. Gareth doesn't know, obviously, but I mean, 4 cards, an active Inkmoth Nexus and a mana up potentially means dead for another deck.
Yeah, not enough, unfortunately.
He's got double mutagenic. He's got... Oh man, that is going to be very painful. If he wakes it up and tries to attack, Gareth can go smash shock. Yep. In.
I think Gareth just takes it. I don't think he cares. His opponent's tapping out for free effectively.
Smash shock. Very clean
board.
line of play. This is
Post,
exactly how you do it. Oh, that's
make you discard a card, and then it's probably lethal.
I have no idea. He took 6. Okay, so Goif went up to 4. So Vihan's actually on less life. I'm sure he blocked with the spell guide at some point.
Yeah, so he took. So Vihan's on 11, and now he took another 2 because.
Why am I reducing Gareth's life total?
No idea. No, he did shock now. Sacked and shock. So Vihan is already on 11. Gareth actually
Yeah, I think he's got control of this.
forcing his opponent to discard instead of dealing 2. Interesting. His opponent is tapped out. Dealing 2 would be lethal. Oh, he top decked the Keswick Wolfman, so it doesn't actually matter.
That's a gigantic smack.
Blood Red Elf. Fatal push. Decline to cast it. Or you can cast it targeting Blood Red Elf.
Oh, that's supposed to go under his library.
Doesn't matter too much in the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the game is over here, but
this is
I think it would be important
lethal.
to just inform the player.
Very, very lethal. And that was a quick couple of games, relatively speaking. I do think the favored deck did come out on top, even though it is playing some uncommon, unpopular choices in its deck. Still not too sure on the Ripjaw Titan. I mean Ripjaw Raptor. But the rest of the deck seems to be working.
Yeah. Vihan also just not with the most explosive sequencing.
Also, like flooding out game 1 and then
and then just getting a little land screwed game 2.
Also mulling both games. Not the best.
Well, I mean, Infect is a deck that mulligans often.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a thing that you just need to accept when playing a deck like that. Is you're gonna mulligan, and it'll probably be fine because you can win off 3 cards. You can win off 4 cards. It's something the deck is capable of. But yeah, variance eats everybody, and the John deck doesn't mind variance too much. It's just built to be consistent and solid, and every card in the deck is just good. And that's what we saw today. So yeah, good job to Gareth, and that puts him up a win.
Yep.
We'll see you for round 2.